This is my homeland. I was born in one of the most controversial cities in the world. You've probably heard about it in one of the headlines, as they seem to make their way to every corner in the world. Yet growing up here taught me something you would never hear in the headlines. If you want to hate somebody, zoom out. The more you see people from the outside as collectives and groups, you're more likely to hate them. But if you take the time to sit with one person and hear his story, suddenly you will discover all the layers that would destroy your perspective about this person. So in order to share my perspective about this place that I was born in, I'm gonna start to tell the stories of the people who live here. And I'm gonna try to find the connection between them.
So my challenge is to find two people from totally different paths in Jerusalem and ask them to tell us about their personal story, then try to find a connection in their human experience. So in order to find the first story, I reached out to one of the content creators in Jerusalem to share my idea and maybe to discover the first story together.
But also we are making a video about a very special place, and they have a home herbalism studio where they're making salves. Do you want to come and join us?
This guy makes organic salves inspired by the biblical herbs. I was so surprised he makes it in his house.
And I just want to say, based on who you guys are, at some point on a different conversation, I'd love to invite you guys to a Fresh Biz workshop. I run them occasionally in my house.
He was so open and welcoming.
Smells so good.
Yeah. Everyone's leaving today with some products and some things to take home so you can enjoy.
So I started with the most obvious question.
Okay, so what do you actually do?
Great question. I package up a lot of the indigenous healing and I put it into products, everything from salves and balms and serums and bath boosters, and make it accessible to people around the world.
And what inspired you to start this?
But before all of that, we still need to find the second story from the other side of the city. And that's why I'm on my way to my favorite cultural center in Jerusalem. I'm gonna meet a good friend and hopefully he's gonna guide me to find that story and that person.
هاي
كله تمام؟
محلاه الميكروفون.
This is Zuhdi, and we're in Filbeit. It's a cultural center that believes in bringing people together through co-creation, especially artists. And I'm so lucky to be offered makluba.
مقلوبة أحلام يعني مقلوبة بيتية يعني مش مقلوبة إيش مكان.
So while eating, I shared the idea and discovered that we are already sitting in a workshop of a stunning artist, a one that can really fit in my
مرحبا،
style.
أنا سارة القاق، مهندس معمارية ومصمم الديكور. هذا العمل هو عبارة عن ريسايكل جينز، بيعبر عن التحرر، بيعبر عن الانطلاق، عن البومة وعن شو ثقافة البومة بعدة ثقافات. هو مستوحى من مصورة روسية بتصور البشر مع الحيوانات بطريقة جدا جميلة. وهون في عنا الأفعى اللي هي كمان ترمز للتحول.
Okay, now we've got the people and their stories. We need to go deeper in their inner worlds and see if there are similarities in their human experience.
ايش هذا الحوض بالضبط؟
هذا حوض بيمثل الإبر اللي أنا كنت أخذها بخلال العلاج IVF اللي هي زراعة الأنابيب، وحبيت إني أمثله عن جد بلون الدم.
في وجع في الموضوع، كيف انه داخل الانابيب جوا الحوض بطريقة ولونها أحمر.
أكيد هلا الإبر ما كانت إشي سهل بالمرة. اخترت الحوض لأنه هو إشي جدا مهم يعني بجسم المرأة. كله كأنه إشي بيتاخد من جسمي، من طاقتي، كمان من أنوثتي، كمان جسمي تغير، انصحيت.
It took us almost 12 years until we were able to get pregnant, and we got pregnant, thank God, in the end, naturally. And we learned a lot about health and wellness on that journey, a lot. And when Rachel was finally pregnant with our son, who's about to be bar mitzvah really soon, we met this amazing woman. Her name was Debbie. Debbie lived among the Amish community for almost a decade and learned traditional salve making with the Amish. And I remember she was so excited for us that we were pregnant that she gave Rachel this beautiful salve and said, put this on your belly every single night and it'll really help your skin, it'll really help your body, it'll feel good, it'll be good for the baby, it'll be good. Okay, and she gave us this gift and we smelled it and it definitely smelled really healthy, it smelled really aromatic, really floral, really natural. And we did it, we would put it on Rachel's belly every single night, and I got so used to it and so into it that I asked Debbie if she could teach me how to make it, and she did. And that got me learning how to make my first couple of salves and balms. And she gave me her blessing. She said, Simcha, if you want to do this, just go ahead. So about almost 10 years ago, I opened up Salves of Jerusalem, and Debbie's recipe is still my first recipe. And then she taught me how to make the magic muscle balm. And then the rest I've just created based on lots and lots and lots of research and trial and error.
Do you think store dealing with these products affected the problem with having kids directly?
Whew. I don't think I have the confidence to say cause and effect, like, wow, we pushed this button and then everything started. But one of the things that I've seen this with a lot of people in my life, I've seen this with a lot of my customers too, is that when people start looking for healthier options when it comes to whether it's what we put in our body or in this case what we put on our body, it really, really affects things, and it really has an influence and can make a very, very, very big difference.
So both had an experience with infertility and managed to convert that into creation for themselves to cope, but also to bless other people. I'm wondering if religion or their beliefs contributed to that.
شو الرسالة الأساسية اللي بدك توصليها لما مثلا ست بتمرق بهاي التجربة تشوف هذا المجسم؟
من الألم إلى الأمل. هون الأمل عندنا، هون القرآن، هون ترميم القلب، هون ترميم الجرح. هذا القلب اللي هو في آية ربي لا تذرني فردا وأنت خير الوارثين، إنه إحنا ندعي ربنا إنه يرزقنا بالذرية الصالحة. أنا جزأتها وحطيتها بالقلوب لأنه كنت كل ما أعرف إنه أنا فشل معي كان كأنه قطعة من قلبي تنكسر وتروح، وحبيت أرممه بآية من القرآن. هون جوزي بينكسر قلبه بالخبر السيء، بس كمان أنا بينكسر إشي كتير أكبر لأنه أنا خسرت إشي من جسمي وخسرت كمان من صحتي.
So it has Arabic alphabets and body organs and also verses from the Quran. And she mixes all of this in order to reflect her personal experience to other women.
I really connect to Torah. Like we have Shivat HaMinim, the 7 species, which are literally what God gave us in the land to be able to heal with. I mean, there's something to be said for pomegranates coming out in September, October, going into winter, super high in antioxidants. There's like a reason for the ebb and flow in the seasons.
I saw in the website that you described something like when you prepare these infusion with the kavanah, which is like the intention, it reminds you of a mystic experience.
Very
What
cool.
do you think about it?
Yeah, so I'll tell you just something interesting, which is that my mother, her parents, or my grandparents, my Bubby and Zeta, were 5 generations of Yerushalmi rabbis and sage mystics. For me personally, when I put this together, I really feel like I'm like channeling like Kohen Gadol vibes.
شو أكتر إشي تعلمتي من رحلتك؟
الصبر. أنا قعدت 2 سنين ما قدرت أعمل ولا أي عمل فني، ما قدرت أتطور، ما كنت قادرة أبين، لأنه الألم هو إشي مش سهل، وكمان إنك تطلع منه مش سهل. ربنا حكى بالقرآن لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها، ما بيعطيك ربنا إشي إلا وإنت قادر تتخطاه وقادر إنك تخلص منه وتتشافى منه. الدكاترة حكوا لنا أول إشي إنه أنتوا مستحيل، استحالة إنه أنتوا يكون عندكم بيبي بدون زراعة. بس أنا دائما كان عندي أمل ودائما كنت أدعي ربنا، وبالآخر إنه أنا حملت الحمد لله بدون زراعة. وهذه رسالة لكل شخص، مش بس بالزراعة والأطفال، سواء مريض، سواء عنده مشاكل جسدية أو نفسية أو في حوالينا السامة، كل شيء بيخلص، كل شيء بتغير، كل شيء متغير. يعني بيحكوا إنه ما تطلع في النهر مرتين، مزبوط، لأنه فيش إشي بضل زي ما هو.
Somebody is stuck.
And then as we kept talking for hours, I discovered unexpected similarities on my side this time.
You started previous businesses and you believe in self-development. And
Big time. I thought it would be really cool to get into this thing called wholesale real estating in America, where you could buy properties for cheap and you sell it for more and you get to keep the profit. And it sounded really interesting. And I gave myself until my birthday, June 30th, to close my first deal.
did you say June 30th?
Yeah.
That's my birthday.
That's my birthday tomorrow. Yo, are you June 30th? Ma atalmel.
Yeah.
Why are we going to film something tomorrow?
Because I like filming, it's fine.
Yo,
What?
check this out. My birthday is June 30th. My son Maor, after 12 years of no kids, was born on June 30th. So me and my oldest have the same
Wow.
birthday tomorrow. Mazal tov.
There's some stuff going. Okay.
Yo, crazy stuff in this
You're
house.
gonna be 30, right?
Whoa.
And I'm gonna be 30.
Yo, you mean 30 on 30? Yo, I'll tell you something, by the
Wait,
way.
how old are you gonna be? I'm sorry.
I turned 47.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look younger.
Thanks. I really
Yeah, but
appreciate
you
it.
look younger and then
Sad.
you tell me like then you
Sounds-
tell me
Yeah,
I
because of the
have
sound.
3 kids and
Ag-
Amanda wish. I hope it comes true.
Amen. I hope it comes true also.
So they are two different people who found themselves in different religions, cultures, and sides of the city. Yet they are more similar than anybody would expect, in turning their own painful experience into a blessing for themselves, but most importantly, for others.